Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Chelsea. You know that. Let's go ahead and get into it. As y'all know, the multi-level marketing company that I cover the most on my channel is Monat. I have essentially claimed the title of public enemy number one for them. Rightfully so. I cannot stand them. Damn. Ooh, girl. I can't stand them, and I'm sure they sure as hell cannot stand me. Now, I don't know if y'all are aware, but the FTC had an open period where we were allowed to submit comments, and essentially we were trying to make it so that the FTC would have it to where, I'm trying to figure out the easiest way I can explain this, have it to where network marketing companies and the industry as a whole, multi-level marketing companies, all the same thing, would have to buy the opportunity rule. So essentially, if someone is recruiting you into an MLM, they would have to show you the income disclosure statement. They would have to give you two people, referrals essentially of people that they have already recruited. And then they would have to show you a pay stub or essentially just proof of what they're essentially promising. This has happened multiple times. We've pushed and pushed and pushed to try to get MLMs to be a part of that opportunity rule, and politicians and the government, because that's just all crooked. If you live in the US, you get it. Really just fought to not have that be a part of it. But thing is, how is just showing proof, showing statistics, showing numbers, how is that gonna not be good for your business if you are a legitimate and ethical business? Exactly. So that's what I'm here to do, is essentially go over all of the income disclosure statements for Monat. I make a video like this every year since I've been doing this type of content. You can find those videos on my channel. I'll have them linked up there. If you click the little icon, you'll see that. I want to go over the 2021 income disclosure statements. They released it a month later than they did last year, which was really weird. Usually we have it in March, so at the end of the first quarter of the year, and then this year we got it in April or May. It was real strange. Also, it is not a requirement for multi-level marketing companies to release a income disclosure statement, which is awful. I think they should have to. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and go over that in its entirety, because for the 2021 income disclosure statement, they did add a good bit of information that they didn't have on last year's. So we're going to go over that. We are going to go over some, common little things that Monat reps will say to try to discredit this and try to have these statistics and really this data work in their favor when it absolutely does not work in their favor. It absolutely, black and white, shows that it's a scam, in my opinion. And then also I have prepared two little charts where I got all of the information from the previous 4 years of the income disclosure statements and put them all together to compare how the first two ranks, how those numbers have changed. And I want to go over that as well. So now that you know what we're doing, let's go ahead and dive into the income disclosure statement for 2021. Okay, so it has the normal chart. That's nothing different. They always have that. And this blurb on the top is pretty normal as well. Average annual income for all U.S. market partners at all ranks, which includes active and inactive market partners, in the year 2021 was $831. Now keep in mind, that does not include, and I'm going to say this a million times, so I should probably just say it at the beginning, that does not include the purchases that they are making. That is revenue versus profit. Take your revenue, subtract out everything that you spent, and then that's your profit, okay? Let's say I make $10,000 last month. I spent $4,000. My profit would be $6,000, right? Okay. The average is $831 revenue, okay, for the year annually. That's obviously very depressing and sad. However, it is important to note, like I just said, that is not your profit. Or rather, the most popular, the most purchased starter kit is the $299 starter kit. Also, yes, Wiggum is behind me on the love sack. He's making all types of noises. Just deal with it. It's not your refrigerator, it's my bulldog. So let's say with their starter kit, which the most popular one is $300, and then plus shipping and tax and all that. So let's just say, plus other products that they buy throughout the year, whatever else they purchase for the business, I'd say it's safe to say that the average Monat rep, and I'm sure I'm lowballing it, but just to be fair, let's lowball it at $450 per year that they are spending out of pocket, okay? On products, starter kit, whatever else. All right, so that 831 minus 450, so realistically, that would be a profit of $381. And of course, that's just me throwing numbers out there just to help you kind of visualize it. So again, the number that you see there is not the number that they are actually making. Keep that in mind. And then it says 39% of US market partners were not active in 2021 and therefore did not earn any commissions. So then why include them? Why include them in this? That doesn't really make sense to me. And then the income information in the chart below includes active and inactive market partners. We get it. An active market partner is a market partner who earned any amount of commission in 2021 calendar year. An inactive market partner is someone who did not earn any commissions. Okay, I mean that makes sense because they can't just rule out the people who aren't making any money. However, still that number that's rough. That's real rough for sure. A market partner's rank may vary, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The paid as rank and career rank, I do not care about that. That is just the dumbest stuff ever. All right. So market partner, there are 93.36% of people at the bottom of this company. The high annual gross earnings is $21,889. The low, 0, obviously. And then average annual gross earnings, $144. Median gross earnings, $21. What I find interesting is that they have the average highlighted there. So then obviously, where do your eyes go? It goes to that darker column, right? But when you're talking about figures, when you're talking about monies, we need to focus on the median income. I actually did a really good visualization of this in one of my past videos. I wish I could remember which one it was. I think it was the one last year when I did this, the Monat money breakdown one. I'm pretty sure that's the one I'm pretty positive that was the video I did it on, where I explained why it's important to look at median instead of average gross earnings. So for instance, if the lowest is 0 and the highest is this crazy outlier of almost 22,000, then obviously the average is going to be skewed closer to that higher number, right? It's really gonna mess with that average. But then if you look at the median, it actually shows you truly how what the average person is making, what are the most, not most because that would be the mode, but you get it. I will have that video linked down below so that if you're confused on why we need to look at the median instead of the average, then you can go ahead and go look at that. Wiggum is snoring so loud now and I'm so sorry. I'm going to put my microphone closer so that hopefully you're going to be getting just me instead. All right. And then managing market partner, which is the first rank for that one, you have to have 2 people under you. And it's just crazy how the differences between how bottom heavy it truly is. 93.36% and then 3.26%. So technically you're within the top 4% of the company by just having 2 people recruited under you, and you could still be making $0. Low annual gross earnings, 127. I mean, that person lost money just like most of the people on the first rank because of the cost of that starter kit. 3.26, $32,415 is the high. And then the low annual gross, like we already said, 127. Average annual gross, again, this is going to be more skewed towards that higher number. And that is 1,963. And then the median annual gross earnings is 1,686. And then associate market builder, 1.52, 34,000, almost $600 for the low, and the average being about 4,000 and the median being almost 4,000. So I mean, at least those numbers are getting a little bit closer. But again, that just means when these 2 numbers in the columns are closer together, do you the way, and I could be completely wrong, but in my mind, that means that there are more people making roughly around that amount of money and towards the low end of the spectrum instead of the 2 or 3 random people who are making that high amount. And then it drops to 0.44%, 35,512. Then for the low, 908. It's just such a huge gap. It's really, really crazy. 6,756 for the average, 6,000 for the median. Again, we need to look at the median. And the managing market builder, 0.79, 67,960 for the high. For the low, 1,000, I should not laugh, it's not funny, 1,248. And then average annual gross earnings, 10,000. And then 9,000 for the median. And then as you can tell, I'm not going to read all this off. I'm leaving it up on the screen for you. And all of this will be on my website as well, just like I did last year. I know it can be hard to find like all these income disclosure statements. So whenever I find like things like this, instead of just like putting it in a video and like being like, oh, you can just screenshot it. No, you can just go to my website, theselfishsuarezes.com. It's in my link tree down below. And then it's linked in my link tree on my Instagram, all my social media as well. That's where my shop is. That's where my merch is. That's where I have like a blog as well. And I put stuff on there. So if you want to see it, you can go on there. And I'll put the ones from the last few years as well. A senior executive director is 0.01%. So tiny. And that is, the highest is 3.5 million. That's our girl Jacqueline Ortega right there. That's specifically her. That is her. That number is her. I know for a fact that's how much she made last year. And then low annual gross earnings is 379,433. That's like, that gap right there is so crazy. And I think that's especially like you can be on that same rank and make so much less. That is absolutely insane. And then average annual 1.2 million, median 1.1 million. So these figures are not guarantees or projections for your actual earnings or profits. And that's obviously just like their disclaimer. It is interesting that it says nothing more than the $99 Monat starter kit is required to open and operate a Monat business. It is not their business. That shit is deceiving that you just said that. Have y'all ever heard about the $99 Monat starter kit? No, you haven't, because they never talk about it. They talk about the $299 one. Isn't that crazy? They have to have the $99 one, but they will never tell you about it. It doesn't come with any products. It comes with like pamphlets and like a few samples, I believe. You will never hear a Monat rep say anything about the $99 one. It is crazy. Okay, so this is the information that I thought was crazy that they put on here. Very interesting. Now it says U.S. market partners who reach the rank market mentor or higher for 3 consecutive months, that's the motor club thing, may earn payments towards a vehicle through Monat's motor club program. As of December 31st, 2021, 0.45% of the almost 300,000 Monat market partners participated in Monat's motor club. In addition to the earnings opportunities with global Monat, blah, 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 whatever. Monat may offer rewards, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so 8,872 market partners with career ranks MMB, AMM, and MM. My eyeballs one day are just gonna roll right out of my head with all these. Market partner, unicorn, butterfly, diamond rank. We're eligible to earn a trip to Miami, Florida for the new leadership experience, of which 232 earned the trip. Only 232 of them earned that trip. That right there and the next few tidbits really just show how not sustainable these ranks are. 10,091 market partners with career ranks MMB or above as of July 2021 were eligible to earn the trip to Punta Cana. How white did I just sound saying Punta Cana? Mexico for a passport incentive trip, of which 1,392 earned the trip. Now, their reunion trip is just based off sales, okay? Allegedly. It's just based off sales, but you have to at least have 2 people under you. So you have to at least be at MMP instead of just MP. So it's not really just based on sales because you do have to recruit people. 73,246 market partners with career ranks MMP or above as of September 2020 were eligible to earn the trip to Las Vegas, Nevada for our reunion trip, of which 7,601 earned it. So how attainable? How attainable is it to get from MP to MMP and actually sell? How you would think that more people would, be a part of that. So I just did the math, and 93.36% of the total amount of Monat rep in 2021, which is 298,952. Do y'all want to know how many people are at the bottom? 279,101. That is so bottom heavy. And the interesting thing is that it says that the executive director and then senior executive director, that it's the same, which is weird. required. Usually it has a little less than sign that says less than 0.01%. And if you do 0.01% of that total number, then it comes out to like a little bit less than 30, which it's 29.89. But I swear there were more SEDs than just 30 of them. But also, this is considering like people who maintain their rank over the full year. And there are a lot of top ranking Monat rep that in 2021, they lost their rank. And, you know, their AED or executive director, ED, erectile dysfunction, or something like that, instead of remaining at the top. But they won't put that in their Instagram bio. So it's like almost impossible to actually see if they, you know, stay as that. And on the Monat website, a lot of times it will still say your career rank, which is, right, that's the highest one. Yeah, so there's your career rank, which is the highest one you've ever been to. And then that doesn't reset until like a year later. It's just it's so strange. And sometimes it doesn't even reset on the website. It'll still say that you're a certain rank. It's real strange, real elusive, and I don't like it. But hey, I appreciate that they put this information on there. Shit's crazy. Okay, now, like I said, I will have all of the income disclosure statements from 2018, 2019, 2020. 2020 is already on there, but 2021 as well on my website, theselfishsuarez.com. Also, the finance guy, his blog is really, really good. I'll have him linked down below too. Love my guy, the finance guy. He's awesome. He do it like a new one every year, and he's a good resource to look for this information too. And a lot of times, if you look in the anti-MLM Reddit subreddit thread page thing and just like search in there, they's fast in there. I guess I could say because I rejoined it. Can't stay away. I compiled that from those 4 years and this little chart I made you. Okay, it's real easy for you to understand. There was a chart that was floating around from like a PowerPoint presentation that someone at Monat Corporate was doing, where it showed like profits, and then it showed that it went like down in 2020, and then unfortunately it went like right back up, but it hasn't like fully recovered, it seems like, and hopefully they'll just plummet again very soon. So for 2018, as you can see, and this is for Market Partner. Okay, I did one for the rank above it as well, because I know, again, that there are people who will say, oh, well, those are all the inactive people. Oh, well, those are all, you know, people who just signed up to do the discount. Really? Did they? Why are you signing people up if they just want the discount? It's because you just want money and you don't care. So as you can see for 2018, it's 94.03%. We're at the bottom. And then the high annual gross earnings, 20,000, low 0. And then average annual gross earnings is 183. And then median is $6. Crazy. The average person, yes, lost money with Monat. We could even say most people. The overwhelming majority of people who join Monat lose money. I'd say it's safe to say. You can see throughout the years that number, the median gross earnings, the highest it is $31. And even with the average, even if we give them that and go off the average. Yeah, so the average person at that bottom rank is absolutely losing money. They're in debt from this. Join a cult, get in debt, you know? Like I said, this one will be on the my website. And then also I have the MMP stats too, just in case, you know, we get those little bad people who are like, oh, well, that's just people who didn't rank up. Okay, well, these people did rank up. It's still not good. And it's less than last year. So was the other one less than last year too? Yeah, it was. And even the average from last year for the Market Partner one, it was the average people made less, except for the median. That one did go up, which is good. Okay. The high was higher, but then it's crazy that there's more people at the bottom than the year before. Like that's not good. That's why we need to look at the whole picture here. And then like I said, I did it for Monat MMP Managing Market Partner as well. And we have 2018 and that 2.74%. And as you can see, there's an increase for each year, except for last year, it went down, which is great. And also one thing that's really interesting is that the median annual gross earnings, I feel like they really did stay the same-ish, I think. I mean, they've been decreasing, let's be honest. They've been decreasing. So people at the bottom, they still losing money. They're still not doing good. And also I think it's important to mention as well, when you have ranked up, then you're trying to keep that rank and you might be buying products. So typically someone who has already ranked up, instead of just being at the bottom of the company and being just a market partner, once you've ranked up, you typically are going to be spending more money on products trying to finagle that group volume and personal volume PV and GV, those requirements for that rank to keep that rank and then to keep climbing up as well. I'm not saying everyone purchases all of that. I'm not saying everyone buys ranks. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I have heard, of course, anecdotal evidence, but I have had Monat reps specifically tell me that they do that or people on their teams do that. Not to name Miami team, which is interesting that most of those people are leaving Monat now, which is crazy. All right, friends, like I said, I will have all of that so you can actually look at it on my website, theselfishsuarezes.com. That is in my link tree across all social media and down below as well. In my link tree, click that, it'll pop up. You'll see the Selfish Suarezes. Go ahead and check out all those if you want. I want, there to be more of like a reference for you to be able to like reference to, my website and use that and needed, like any documents and stuff that I include in my videos so that you can actually see that. Because like I said, I know these things are hard to come by sometimes. Now, another thing that I want to mention is that there are a lot of people in Monat that they have been in it for a while or even ranked up mid-ranking, whatever, and they have never even seen an income disclosure statement, don't know how to read it, don't know what it means, can't really make sense of it. And think about it, if they're in like the middle of the company and they most likely have like 20 people under them and they've never seen an income disclosure statement, do you think they showed it to anyone below them that was recruited onto their team? Probably not. So I think that's very interesting, and I really do think, people who make content like I do think that we need to urge you to write your elected officials, your attorney general's office. When it comes to Monat, definitely reach out to the Florida Attorney General's office. I'll have them linked down below. My girl, Ashley Moody. Get it. Okay. Email them. Just do it. Just email them something super simple and be like, hey, this MLM sucks ass. Obviously be more professional than that so they'll actually read it. We really gotta, send emails and sign things and all that. It's annoying. And I know it sounds like tedious and it's like, well, that's not my job. But listen, if we're going to complain about these MLMs and we're going to, try to do something, let's put that energy into actually being a part of the change and getting legislation and things like that passed. Not only that, but still continuing that stigma of it's a scam. Like, think about it with the girl boss, gatekeep, gaslight shit. Like, that's hilarious. And yeah, it's a joke and it's a meme, but it helps further this narrative of like, that's a joke. You're not a joke, but like, that's a joke. You shouldn't join that. You're better than that. Get out of it. What are you doing? Right? So I know it can be frustrating. I'm very frustrated with the fact that because how intertwined the network marketing industry is and the lobbyists and just how much money these companies give to politicians, I realistically know that multi-level marketing companies and commercial cults are always going to be around. It sucks. However, I know that we can save people from them, just like how Scientology has been taken down in the last, 4 or 5, 10-ish years? Yeah, like 10 years. Because there's that stigma of that's a cult, that ain't a religion, or other things that pop up, right? I mean, there's always going to be a cult, a movement, a creepy thing that pops up. However, if we just help people to think for themselves, release those bonds, and encourage them to think for themselves and think rationally and logically and present them with facts, we can help a lot of people. If you are in Monat, let's be honest, you have not made it this far, but please look at the statistics, take off your rose-colored glasses and look at those red flags, babe. You deserve way better. Subscribe, like, comment, all those things. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Make sure you're subscribed. I had heard that YouTube was like unsubscribing people, so please make sure you are still subscribed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.